Having lived and worked in China for the past 6 years, I've always marveled at the inclination of the Chinese people to foster entrepreneurship in everything they do within their communities. And I've always thought that, this is something that one can take back home to model, to indigenize, and to emulate for the development of communities back in South Africa and Africa as a whole, especially in schools where I think innovation, proactiveness, and risk-taking are some of the entrepreneurial attributes that a future-fit school leader needs to have in order to provide solutions for the challenges that we are grappling with in schools as we chart the way forward in the fourth industrial revolution space. So in my advocacy for entrepreneurial leadership for future fit leaders, I have identified Mr. Jacob Zikusuka, who is my acquaintance and colleague based in Kenya, Nairobi. Jacob is an entrepreneur and we met through Twitter and other social media platforms where we have often bounced off ideas about leadership and how we envision the future fit leaders within the fourth industrial revolution space to be like for the development of our continent, Africa. So recently I conducted an interview with Jacob where I was able to pose the following 5 questions. What are the events that informed your future fit leadership journey? What are you involved with that makes you a future fit leader? What is your vision for Africa and African education for the development of future fit nation? What do you think the future fit leader should be like? Is there a need for mind shifts? By that I mean, what are some of the traditional methods that we need to unlearn or do away with as we venture into future fit leadership space? Take a listen to how Jacob responded to those questions.
What are the events that informed my future fit leadership journey? I think growing up in an African home did that. Not just home, but environment. But beyond the environment, I grew up in an entrepreneurial home. My dad was an entrepreneur, my brothers were, and that informed my journey. From an early age, I always knew I would end up in business. The journey of that has been very peculiar and very interesting, but I always knew, yes, that I would end up not just in business, but also in business leadership. What is involved with making a future fit leader? I think it's many things. I think the environment, like I just alluded to, but I think also things like mentorship come into play. I think also desire, and I think all of us are born with an innate ability, an innate talent to do something for the world that gets squashed along the way for many people, but all of us have that innate gift, that innate desire to do something for the world that is different, that's transformational. For Africa, I think the African continent needs to see a shift in the way we view education. Not just view education, but also the way, actually how we view education is what will inform how we can change it to make it work for us, so we can have a future fit nation. So I think that involves just stripping away all this colonial style education that really prepares clerks as opposed to leaders and to people who are passionate about what they do. So we need to strip that away and then get homegrown solutions. We can get ideas from the West, from the East, Yeah, but we need to get homegrown solutions that work for Africa and for Africans. What should a future fit school leader look like, or should be like? I think I said that a while ago. Passionate. They need to be passionate. Number two, they should engage from the place of gifting. Yeah, I think you are best able to serve if you are doing it from a point of strength, and the point of strength is a point of the point of talent is a point of strength, and talent is really about gift. So if all of us can apply our different giftings, yeah, not all of us are being called to be doctors or engineers or even teachers, yeah, and that is a mistake the generation before my generation made. To assume every family should have a doctor, should have an engineer, should have a teacher. Yeah, so I think we should allow our kids to explore the world. The world is fast changing. We should allow the next generation of future fit leaders to just live out their calling, live out their purpose. Machines, technology will never replace human beings. Yeah, they can complement human beings. Yeah, but they can never replace them. Yeah, so we've had all these, revolutions before this current, the industrial before the fourth industrial revolution. We've had so many other revolutions before that, but at the center of all those revolutions has been the human element. So that can never be replaced. So as opposed to looking at replacing ourselves, we should look at, making ourselves more efficient, making ourselves more productive. Yeah, and so machines can help us with that, and technology, IT, takes us in the right direction in as far as that is concerned. Definitely, there's a need for a mind shift change. There's no way you're going to carry on doing the same thing you're doing yesterday and expecting different results tomorrow. No, that someone called, I think it was Einstein that called it insanity. So we need a mind shift change. Yeah, and that means, we have to continually forget, the old ways and, adopt new ways and be open to new ways of learning, new ways of doing things. That's the future. And some of those ways that we need to unlearn as future field leaders is, rote learning. Rote learning, I think, in schools has been almost endemic. Yeah, we read to pass exams. We don't read to actually better ourselves or skill ourselves. We read just to pass exams. Yeah, that has to change. And also we need to be very agile. Yeah, agile, adaptable, and because we live in a very in a world that is evolving every day, and so we also need to keep pace with that.
Awesome. Thank you, Jacob.